this is why I come up with this topic.
Soon to happen, you guys. And that is why we must prepare. But see, you can mitigate your outcome of what is going to happen to you in this, in your acceptance of Christ, right? Meaning that you're going to stop doing evil things. You're going to stop cursing your children. You're going to start fornicating. You're going
to stop cursing your children. You're going to start fornicating. You're going to stop
stop masturbating. You're going to stop committing. To stop doing evil things. You're going to stop cursing your children. You're going to start fornicating. You're going to stop masturbating. You're going to stop committing adultery. You're going to stop taking the name of the Lord in vain. You're going to.
That's the kind of stuff that burns me up. No matter what, no matter if I know in my heart that you keep trying to reach for that, save that spider that's drowning, and he stings you, bites you every single time. No matter what, even if you know that it's in the nature of the person to be that way, all the way to the very end. So this is why I can't allow it to just, I can't allow that to happen. I know it's free will. Everything is free will, but you still have the ability to speak up. So that way you're not sinning by omission. Like, oh yeah, you're going to stop cursing, you're going to start fornicating, you're going to stop masturbating, you're going to start to do whatever, you're going to get under the law, the Noahides, and you're going to do what we tell you to do. Let me play that again. I mean, you did hear it, right? It's very clear. Tyler.
Of Christ, right? Meaning that you're going to stop doing evil.
Once he says that, I'll take it back to the beginning.
And that is why we must prepare. But see, you can mitigate your outcome of what is going to happen to you in this, in your acceptance of Christ, right? Meaning that you're going to stop doing evil things. You're going to stop cursing your children. You're going to start fornicating. You're going to stop masturbating. You're going to stop committing adultery. You're going to stop taking the name of the Lord in vain. You're going to stop cursing everybody that you come across. You're going to stop speaking negatively about everything. That is to accept Christ.
You're going to stop cursing. The fuck are you talking about? You're going to stop talking negative about things. Well, when you're being deceptive, it has to be pointed out while it can be pointed out on this platform right here. And then when this platform right here is done, over in the wilderness, the other one, this temple is going to get destroyed. This YouTube platform, because it already is destroyed. You're seeing the direction it's going. That's not accidental. He didn't accidentally say you're going to start fornication. Stop masturbating. Well, let's go over this. When you're cursing, all these words were made up. Remember, God's brought everything to Adam, and Adam named everything. You know, when you go on the eSword Bible, it gives you definitions of words. Well, I've never heard of before where God moved over the face of the waters, and how waters is interpreted as semen. But well, eSword says it, the Bible thing. It's, well, yeah. There's somebody that creates these things. They create them, and they create their own words as well. That's how I see it. But either way, if the words aren't even created, and it's the legit interpretation of it, or the legit definition of words, then it's your interpretation that changes it. So when you curse somebody, it's not a word it's not a specific word that comes out of your mouth. It's a curse, like trying to cast a spell as a demon, trying to get you to believe that you're not supposed to do a certain thing, but you can do this, but do not do that. Don't take the Lord's name in vain. Don't you need to be washed in the blood of the Lamb of Jesus Christ, and so if you take the Lord's name in vain, then you're gonna be cursed forever. You need to stop talking negative about me, and I mean Jesus, and you need to start fornicating. You need to stop masturbating. You need to start to tell the truth. You need to stop trying to lead people astray. Whatever's on my mind is on my mind, and if I need to get it out, I get it out. Push this button. I don't give a damn who has a thumb problem or not. Don't care. It's your own thing you got to deal with. But if you're willing to listen to people, this is what puts you in bondage. This is what wraps your head with that crown of thorns in your forehead and all around, because you're stuck in a mental prison because of people like this. He knows that. He, she, they know that. Man and woman, they were created. But here's the thing. You need to stop masturbating. You need to stop. Do not lie with a woman. Do not do anything that you naturally were born to do. Oh, no, that's because you weren't. That's because Satan created you. He added a penis to you just to torment you, and a set of testicles. That way it can fill up with stuff that you are not supposed to touch. Well, if you don't like that, then get them snipped. They weren't supposed to be there anyway. Get resurrected into going upwards. The whole thing. It's free will. It's your decision. You can choose. The reason why I'm not going to stand for it, because now it's like, I completely get it. Who the hell wants to talk about this? Who wants to talk about the landscape in Philadelphia that's the whole host body system, inverting your penis in or concealing it, you and your kids, until it's time to be revealed, that the Father reveals no. But that's your free will option. Nobody wants to talk about it. But because I see how important it is, I have to talk about it. The whole landscape is about the male-female reproductive system. And it's either touching the tree of the knowledge of good and evil or the tree of life. Either way, men have the tree of life when they're born. Unless if it's an altered Nephilim race, however that works. But men were born with the tree of life. It's not even like, I don't even think Tyler's even trying to refer to women, but mainly men, because it's the fear. If you're born a woman, that's it. You're born a woman. But if you're born a man and you have a masturbating problem, but you're also from the inside and you're listening to Tyler, you know how the thing works. You've seen, like people have done the surgery, and the fear and the threats, and you're looking at it like it's like a holdup. You're being held up in your mind, that prison cell. It's being delayed. It's You can't really move forward with anything because you're stuck. Tyler can see. He has eyes to see. He has ears to hear as well. And I've learned over time that there are a lot of people that are like that, but they're not willing to speak the actual truth because of the thing that's going on. So when he's telling you not to master, remember, he said it's evil. Think of it. It's evil. Okay, so we were created. God created us. No, Satan created us. Okay, yeah, Satan owns the flesh. No, it's because you're a clone. Right. Satan owns the flesh because we're in the flesh. It's just the way it is. But we're born with our male components. You're either female or male. God created man and woman also. Their vision fails. Keep that in mind. The vision of the God created man and women in our image, and then that whole system trying to deceive you and believing you got to do certain things and not do other things. The whole vision fails. The people do have eyes to see. There is not a secret left in the government that hasn't already been revealed. So it's only a matter of the time period that's planned out that it ends. The vision, it fails because the truth is revealed. Period. That's the whole thing. Is just once the truth is revealed, you can't hide it anymore, and so everybody's just like dominoes, just falling down. God has us in complete control, even though it's free will, but it's because of speaking up that He's in control. The spirit goes, you just can't stop it. It's impossible. So you're born as a man, right? And you're told not to masturbate. And then when you do that, you become celibacy. Which, if you can do it, you can do it. But what I'm saying is, when you're told that it's evil, it's like when you're told it's evil. When I'm told something that I should not do, when I know it's a natural thing to do, and it's only sinful when it's sinful. Masturbating isn't the sin. It's what are you doing while you're doing it? What are you watching while you're doing? What are you doing? Is it just something that you're doing to get it out of the way? Well, if you want to get it out of the way, then just cut them off. You won't have to deal with it ever again. I'm not a dog. Dogs, like Bowie, yeah, he got snipped because we don't plan on having to breeding him. So we don't have a woman form so he can release. And then it's the same thing with thou shalt not lie with a woman. Well, you mean human woman? Yeah, I agree. Do not lie with a human woman. But a woman, a natural woman? Oh, no, you got to be married. Wait, no, marriage is a sin. Oh, shut up. That's how I feel about Satan's rules. He needs to shut up. All the lies, they got to go. But we have to go all the way to the very end regardless, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So yeah, thou shalt not lie with a woman. Don't lie, tell the truth. You shall not lie with a woman either. Being with your wife, your girlfriend, unmarried. Are you married to the Spirit of God? Isn't that the only thing that matters? A piece of paper, what does that do? Some other man signed a piece of paper and put a stamp on it. I'm good to go now? That's not a sin now. We have a piece of paper. It's like going into the store without a mask. You're like, no, I'm exempt. Because I made myself exempt. It's like now it's okay because I have this this plastic piece that says, leave me alone. Here, leave me alone. It's not good enough to just say it. Well, actually it is. PJ Williams was like, all right, you guys got a mask? We're exempt. All right, follow me. Thanks. So to not do something that's natural. When this whole thing is, remember this too, the people telling you this, they're either A, doing it themselves, B, have it concealed, doing it themselves where you can't even see what they're doing. You know, some people stand funny. Some people wiggle back and forth as they're standing there talking to you at the job site. It's kind of like when you know what's going on now, it's like, what are you doing? Just so you got ants in your pants? What's the, why you have your hand in your pocket all the time moving around? And so that's the son of Satan. And they'll tell you that it's wrong, but yet they're doing it themselves, or they're just eunuchs. Like they don't have the balls to tell you the truth. So they'll say, or they literally won't have the balls. And it's easier for them to say because you decided to do that. But why did you do that? Well, probably to get a job, probably to live an easier life, probably out of fear. That's why this whole contest is whoever has the biggest set of balls wins the game show. But if you don't, then you're in all likelihood a person or people that are trying to convince regular human beings that something is a sin when it's not. It's only a sin when you're doing something wrong, like the internet. Is the internet a sin? Masturbating. Is masturbating a sin? Well, obviously, what are you doing while you're masturbating can be a sin. And then what are you doing with the internet can be a sin. What I'm doing with the internet, I'm taking the internet and I'm molding it into the way that I feel like it needs to be. So over the past 3 years and some change, I've been able to do that freely. Day in and day out for free. But when there's other people on the internet and they're trying to convince you that normal, everyday normal life is a sin. And I've struggled with this before too. I did, because of people like that get up and say things like this, that even though it's their job to do it, even though they know the truth, and even though I know that, my spirit doesn't allow that message to go through the airwaves without another thought pattern of, well, wait a minute, let's just think this through. Let's think this through for a minute. What you consider a sin, is it? What you don't think is a sin is. So the topic of master-baiting. Are you the master baiter, the master debater? Because you like to debate things to try to convince people and make them feel guilty about doing something that's natural? I mean, I understand watching porn. The last time I watched porn was probably about a year ago, I think. Somewhere around there. I remember the one video JK was making. He's talking about, you stop watching porn, and I'm already thinking like, I know they're watching, but how much are they watching? But see, you're still committing sin. Anyone that says they have no sin is a liar. So if there's somebody that's playing Jesus Christ and they say that they don't have sin, well, they're a liar, because everybody has sinned in their life. So another just misconception, misinterpretation. They're looking for a perfect Jesus. Well, it doesn't work that way. Jesus is a regular man just like me and you. Everybody else on this planet. You got to go through learning curves. You're not just born perfect. But if you want to believe it, that's free will. I just give another perspective of the reality. Like Christ walked on water, right? So if you try to walk on water, you tell me, well, no, it's a miracle. Yeah, no, it's impossible is what it is. It's physically, literally impossible for any human being to walk on water. I'm just saying, if you can't get that through your head, then you're stuck on the preconceived notions that you were taught, brainwashed into believing. Think about it. Go walk on water. Go over to the sea and stand on water. Get out of your boat. Make sure you have a a life jacket, because you're going to sink. You're going to drown. Just giving you a heads up now. Step out of your boat and step on water and see if you can walk on it. And if you can walk on it, well, then I'll reconsider that might be true. But if you cannot walk on water, then ask yourself, how the hell did anybody else walk on water? How is it a miracle? That would be a magician can do that by putting, a clear glass on it, but that's the only way you can do it. The literal interpretation of the Bible, nailing Christ to the cross, nailing him to the cross. So he came to this world to die for everybody's sins, but yet when you get on YouTube and you're still seeing this bulgardash nonsense, if you're watching porn, that's on you. If you don't mind knowing that that somebody behind the scenes has the ability to watch you and know that when you wake up, you check your phone, to see what time it is so you can get to work, and to know that your conversations are being listened to because it's they're supposed to listen to it. When you know these things and you know that people are watching and listening in, that's the thing that you got to get past. Everywhere I go, like this camera here is clocking me in and out. Everywhere I go, I'm being surveilled, I'm being listened to. I'm quite aware of it. At times I thought, well, maybe they can't see me over here. Maybe they can't hear me in this over there. No, they made it clear that they can. All of my sins I've ever committed, they've seen them. Every one. They've either seen it or heard it. Every one. So, masturbating to what? That's the sin. If it's something that is perverted, well then yeah, you shouldn't do it. And then Tyler's right. But he's not right about when he said that you should stop cursing and start fornicating. Stop masturbating. Well, you should, if you can, but you shouldn't be a pervert. If it's a release, it's a release. It's what it is. If you're married and you have a husband to take care of you, you have a wife to take care of you, if that's the need, then it's the need. Don't let somebody tell you that what we were born that's natural is sinful. That's the whole reason why why do you think people are getting their penises chopped off or inverted or changed, rearranged, uplifted, moving to the north? You and your kids are going to move up to the north, both of your children, until it's safe. Well, that's what we're being told. And you know why? Because it's happened. People have seen it happen. I'm not ignorant to the fact that it does happen, that men have gotten their things chopped off because they're doing what I'm doing right now, which is speaking the truth. And then when a time comes, oh yeah, Robin, well, all right, you wanted to keep your tree of life, huh? Well, if you want to try to save your life, you're going to lose it, because we're going to interpret the Bible literally. Well, we're going to get to that day. We're going to get to that point. Why do you think they strip Christ of his clothes? To see if he still has a set of balls on him. To see if he's still going to be speaking up and saying these things. The reason why people are afraid is because they think that at this moment still that their boss hasn't had a change of heart, which is having the Christ spirit, the conscience of, wait a minute, I was going to do what? I did what? You got to forgive yourself for the things that you did that ruined people's lives, and just move on. You can't, the only thing you can do to change it is to free them up. Free it up. You can't change what happened. But you can repent for it and move past it. But when you're being told masturbating is a sin, I got to put an end to that immediately, because you're born with it. They'll tell you, no, that's the curse that you were born with. That's why you got to get rid of it. That's the evil doppelganger that's been attached to the pit the entire time. Well, true. It does get you in trouble, doesn't it? A lot of people think with their second head when they shouldn't be. But you don't have to chop it off. You don't have to hide it. You don't have to invert it just to not sin. Just stop being a freaking pervert. That's all. You either invert it or you absentee it. You completely rearrange it, get rid of it. Eat the heart of your cake. Your bone has been broken. Tiger's bones have been broken. That's why he can't walk for a little while, even though none of his actual leg bones have been broken. But he does have multiple leg injuries. Like 2 or 3 are injured. I'm sure he has like a wounded head, but he did live. And there is the dead sheep with a tongue sticking out. There is the burning of the chaff. If you want to keep it, it's going to get burnt. If you want to try to save your spark of life, you're going to burn it, or chop it, or smash it, or crush it. This is the fear. This is literally what it's all about. It's like what's between your legs is the reason why all this is happening. You think the Philadelphia Art Museum landscape was randomly shaped into a freaking penis with the ovaries and the clitoris and the dead sheep and the semen and all that stuff? No, it's purposely done like that. But because it's been revealed, it's over. The gig is up. It's over. Do not touch the tree of life. Do not is what they're telling you. Do not touch it. Like, don't even touch it. Matter of fact, it's such in the way. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it like we did. Even though we didn't get rid of it, we actually concealed it, but we acted like we chopped it off and got rid of it and became a woman. You don't know what's inside, but we do. So while we're standing there with our balls up inside of us and our pecker hiding, but yet we can still masturbate, but shh, nobody knows. Shh, that's the secret. Shh. There's a bear trap there if you're a woman. It comes out and grabs you. Shh, secret. Do as we say, not as we do. We still masturbate. We're pervert. We're masturbating, watching you masturbate. It's because that's what we're doing. But we're going to tell you, shh, it's not good to do that. So what's the greater sin? The one masturbating to just doing it, or the one watching the one masturbating to doing it and acting like they don't even have one to do anything with? Who's the bigger freaking hypocrite in this world? Well, it's the ones that are saying, who knows what we're doing behind, who even knows what do you got, x-ray vision? Superman? Yeah, that's right, x-ray vision. I like to see through the veil, because all I hear is bullshit. I'm tired of it. Yeah, I could have not pushed record. I know I'm a little fired up with some irritation. Then stop getting me angry then. Stop lying. Stop leading people in a direction of deceit. But you're not going to stop. You're only going to do that when we're at the end, and I have to understand that. I keep getting stung. I keep getting bitten by the spider. That was a good analogy, by the way. Because you keep going back to the spider that's drowning, and he keeps freaking, every time you save the spider, he bites you, and it hurts like hell, but you keep trying to reach in and say, hey, Tyler, I mean, when are you going to stop saying things like that? Don't curse. Don't curse us. Don't say curse words, even though we're casting spells and curses on you by saying, don't masturbate ever, and just be celibacy. And then while you're celibacy as a priest, well, what happens with that? I've heard a lot of stories about priests. Well, no, go in that box and confess your sins to to the guy that's filled up. Do you go to the gas station and fill up your vehicle with gas, expecting not to use it? No, just fill it up. Yeah, keep overflowing it. Don't drive your vehicle. Fill it up with gas, but don't drive it. Everything is in moderation. Drinking, alcohol, weed, your drugs. People do drugs in moderation. People use pain medicine in moderation. People use Xanax in moderation. I still take a Xanax here and there, a half of a half. Sometimes it's like maybe 2 weeks goes by, 3 weeks. I don't think, it's just, I used to be addicted to these things. So to be able to actually take a piece, I'm like, I'm good for whenever, it doesn't matter. I've defeated it. Taking the Xanax itself, it's not the sin. Indulging, of course. Eating food, drinking, is that sinful? No. You have to live and survive with food, so you eat it and drink it. But if you're overindulging, it's sinful. Masturbating, is that a sin? Well, if you're constantly, if you can't get your hand off your cock all the time, or you whatever, you can't stop, well then, yeah, you have an addiction, got a problem. If you're watching porn, you're doing it, you're perverted, you're watching people masturbate, it's not because you have the ability to surveil and you got eyes to see behind the scenes. You're the one committing the sin, watching other people do it, naturally. But when you're watching them through your devices, they're watching their porn, well, you're both committing sins. You watching them do it, and the one doing it watching porn, not knowing that you're watching them. The hypocrites that are behind the scenes, my God. Internet, is that the sin? Nah, it's just what you do with it. You spreading lies? Well, you're the one that's sinning. Are you a hypocrite? Yep, well, you're the one. Are you concealed? Yep. Are you telling people to stop masturbating when you do it yourself? Yep. Or do you just not have the balls to be able to say it? Well, that might be true too. Oh, Robin, wait till we get you. You are so done. Isn't that how you guys feel on the inside, the ones that don't know that the gig is up? Your boss, the one that I changed his heart, has already changed his heart, but he can't say it at the moment. But it's so damn obvious. Wait till that 30-day decree comes up, Robin. 1,260 days from the time that the Revelation 12 sign. September 23rd, 2017. March 6th, 3 6s, 2021 is coming up. And then the 30-day decree to get you to 1,290. And then blesses he who waits the 1,335th day, which goes back to May 20th, 21st, 2021. Save the date, May 21, 10 days, 10 years of tribulation. This is the tribulation we're going